Yo guys, what is up? Max in a Borderlands 3 video, and today we've got Battle of the Builds. This is a competition where I'm going to be testing 20 plus Borderlands 3 builds and pinning them against each other to see which one is quote-unquote the best. Now, the way that we're going to do this is we're going to run the Maliwan Takedown, true Maliwan Takedown, a bunch on all these different builds and see what time they get, what time is the best time. And then we're going to take the top 5 builds and pit them against Hemovorous, and whatever build gets the lowest time combined on both Hemovorous and the Maliwan Takedown will be crowned the best build and the winner of the Battle of the Builds. Now, disclosure, these are going to be my builds. I'm testing my builds in this, besides rakk stabb, which I asked Quag for. Rakk stabb is a build by Quag that I wanted to test for this because I think it's really freaking good and pretty easily the best flak build, so I wanted it included in this competition. But I'm not using other creators' save files for this, mainly because I had this idea a while ago and I got a lot of creators upset at me that I either wasn't including their builds in this or they builds were going to be included and they didn't want their build included. So just for the sake of not upsetting anyone, I'm just going to be focusing on my builds here. I hope you guys are fine with that. In addition to testing all of my builds here, we are also going to be running a community-driven Battle of the Builds where you guys can join the Discord, submit your favorite builds or your save files, and then I will be judging all of your builds and running them and picking the best community build. And Gearbox I've reached out to for potentially kind of like sponsoring or giving prizes out for that. So if you're interested in that or more information on that, check the description and head into the Discord. All right, guys, let's do this. Good whiffs, good whiffs.
Setting this at maximum power.
We're gonna go down a few times on bridge, but everything should go down with us. We've got a minute to beat Blade Witch. We need a really fast rotan. Oh, it's just gonna be. I got 535. Not door bugging on me, bro. It did the thing where it's spawning another wave that I freaking killed them all too fast.
Laser and charged particle beam weapons.
And time. Pretty good showing. Like, it looked really good. The time wasn't great. And time. It's 7:30. Good run. Good run. It's like Unleash the Dragon is just so much damage. I should kill it. Oh, perfect. Goodbye. Time, 6:30. And time, 9:10. No! Nice. What time did we get? Wow, dude. I mean, Shade said speedy, but Blade Witch Amara was finishing right now. And time, wow, 7:07. So So round 1 is over and only 5 builds are going to be moving on to stage 2. We've got Borsplosion, Blade Witch, Almighty Mose, Chaos Queen, and Rakk Stab. Now Rakk Stab is a build by Quag. That's not a build by me. I wanted to grab that build and use it for this competition because, simply put, my flak builds I don't think could quite keep up with it. It's got like all of the world records, speed records for flak speedruns, and so I asked Quag for permission to use it, and thankfully he said yes, so we are also using that build in this competition. Got it. Oh. Speedy, speedy, speedy. Let's go. Holy. The only reason this build has made it this far is because it's really good at the Maliwan takedown. Where's my remnant orb? Alright, we could just put this down for slowest. It's only gonna get 1 point anyways. Come on, give me a target to grasp. It's just so easy with Amara. See, that's how you do it. Just the remnant orbs. Okay, does anyone know how much time that was? Say 4 or 5 minutes? Oh my goodness. Wow. Nice. Kill, 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 kill. Oh, I went underground. Woo. That was very speedy. I think that was their fastest so far, 112. And so for the final results, after doing a bunch of Maliwan true takedowns with all of these builds and then taking them to Hemovorus and timing the kills, I have the top 4 builds to share with you guys. And I will have a link in the description to all of these builds, so I'm not going to be explaining them in their entirety. If you want to check out their build videos, you can do so in the description. But at number 4, we have Rakk Stab by Quag, which uses Flak's insane damage formula and the power of melee scaling with the Unleash the Dragon or the Knife Drain static charge to have some pretty ridiculous clear speed with low cooldown, and using the Rakks as a fast action skill. The clear speed and damage on this build is pretty crazy. At our number 3 spot, we have Almighty Mose, which is a Bloodletter Wish build. This build utilizes the Plague Bearer rocket launcher, which fires one massive projectile that splits into a bunch of different like whirling projectiles, and uses it with the Wish Shield to double the damage of every shot. On top of that, we're using a Bloodletter on the build to get shield recharge, so all of the shots are amped because we're using an amp Infernal Wish. And it utilizes the Toboggan class mod that whenever you slide, you amp your shot. So every single shot is an amped rocket launcher shot, firing multiple, amping them like crazy, and utilizing Mose in crazy splash damage scaling to do some pretty absurd damage. And while being survivable, this build reaches up to 1 million shields, and that's our number 3 spot, Almighty Mose. At our number 2 spot is Blade Witch Amara. This takes advantage of the Blade Fury weapon, which shoots both melee and gun damage, and synergizes that with Amara's melee damage scaling and gun abilities, as well as dealing some crazy dot damage to just absolutely work just about everything. It uses the Spiritual Driver to light yourself on fire or to break your shield with a low-level Revolter so that you can constantly be enraged and get the shock bonus, using the Fish Slap and taking advantage sometimes with the Unleash the Dragon. The Unleash the Dragon will proc a very high damage fire dot on enemies, And with Amara's infusion ability, you can make your gun do fire damage, taking advantage of the 500% elemental critical hit, which triggers a 500% damage explosion off of a melee scaling dot from Unleash the Dragon. The damage output and the survivability on this build is pretty crazy, and that is our number 2 spot. And finally, at our number 1 spot is Borsplosion. Genuinely one of the most busted builds in any Borderlands game ever. This build utilizes splash damage AoE weapons like the Globetrotter, like the Creamer, like the Major Kong. Whatever weapon does AoE radius damage with the Hustler class mod. The Hustler class mod makes our non-critical hits critical hit, aka we can now critical hit with AoE effects such as rocket launchers. And we're pairing that with the Eraser. When we critical hit with those rocket launcher explosions, we create another projectile which gains increased damage and double dips, triple dips, and even quadruple dips, infinitely dips in all of our damage increases. This build allows rocket launchers to pierce through enemies and clear entire rooms with single shots. It is absolutely disgusting, and Zane also has splash immunity and just some crazy damage to pair with it. It's just a silly busted build, and once again, all of these builds can be found in the Discord in the description if you want to like get the whole explanation and the whole breakdown and the whole skill tree for all of these builds. Huge thanks to Quags again for letting me use rakk for this build video. And if you guys want your own builds submitted into the Discord for the community best builds, make sure to do that. Guys, this was a little fun project. Obviously, like, there's a lot of builds out here, and these are just mainly builds that I was testing that I have made. So if you want your build tested, put them in the community saves. Just a little for fun video. But I hope this gave you guys some insight to some of the stronger interactions and setups in Borderlands 3. Because I freaking love this game, and there's so many cool things you can do with it. I will catch you all in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace.